Before I send you back into lesson 1.30 in order to get an even firmer grasp on these 12 new verbs that you've learned, let's put some emphasis upon the issue of pronunciation of these new verbs. Primarily, we're going to be focusing on the idea of the purity of the vowel sound, letting nothing move in the formation of your mouth, your lips, your teeth, etc. And cutting the sound short, cutting the vowel sound short so as not to lapse into a diphthong where you change the shape of your mouth. And then secondly, keeping the R in particular in the front of your mouth, not letting it down into your throat at all. Letting the tip of your tongue hit the roof of your mouth, right behind your teeth, and rolling the R if ever necessary. Okay, we'll find out if it is. So here we go. Let's begin with the first. Aprender. Repeat it, but you should be repeating after me. Aprender. Okay, what you're trying to avoid is apre, where there's no muscular tension here at all, and where you're changing the shape of your mouth. Apre, prender, and getting that R down in your throat. That's what you do not want to happen. Let's try that again. Cut that vowel sound short. Tighten your muscles here. Smile a bit to push the sound upward, so it's pronounced more in this part of your face, around in the nasal cavities. And then aprender. Get the R in the front of your mouth. Again. Aprender. Okay. Estudiar. Estudiar. Okay, the focus on that, of course you deal with the same issues as in the last word, but in this word we have the issue of the oo. It's not ooh, like in moon, with your mouth changing its configuration, rather ooh, esto, ooh. Very short, very brief, and nothing moves. Estudiar. And be really careful. The ES, so easy for an English-speaking person to say It's much more comfortable for us to say that followed by the S sound. But it's estudiar. Ok, está bien. Next. Después de estudiar, leer. Leer. That's kind of a tricky word because you can't see it, but you have the sound e. If you were to see it in writing, you'd understand why, because you have the sound e back to back, 2 times in a row here. So it's leer. There's a little bit of a slight hesitation, but the exact same sound formed a second time. Leer. Right, okay, leer, está bien. And then pensar. 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 Okay, está bien. Después de pensar, preguntar. Preguntar. There you have that where you're hitting the roof of your mouth with your tongue, just the tip of your tongue, just one time after the P. So it's preguntar. And once again, this happens at the end of the word as well. You hear the R sound at the end. One more time. Preguntar. Just to understand what you're trying to avoid, if you're saying preguntar, that's grotesque. That is not at all Spanish. And by all means, you've got to avoid that kind of a pronunciation. Letting your muscles become lax, changing the shape of your mouth, elongating the vowels. That's what you've got. And the R down your throat. Those are the things you've got to avoid at all costs. So one more time. Preguntar. Okay, está bien. Después de preguntar, ayudar. Ayudar. Okay, después de ayudar, comprender. Comprender. Saber. Saber. Remember how the lips just quickly touch here. It's not saber, like a hard B in English. It's a quick touching of the lips together, and you move on. Saber. Okay, está bien. Después, escribir. Escribir. Okay, once again, you've got to be careful with that not to slip into the sound. If you've never seen this word in written form, you're probably less likely to mispronounce it. If you have seen it in written form, you're probably very strongly tempted to say escribir, and that's because you would have been exposed to the word in written form before you really knew the Spanish phonics system, so you apply the English phonics system to the pronunciation of the word. And so I hope you haven't seen it in written form yet. Imitate me again one more time. Escribir. Okay, está bien. Después de escribir. Escribir. Yo creo que es perder, ¿no? Sí. Perder. Perder. Hear the two R's in rather quick succession there. Perder. Okay. After perder, encontrar. Encontrar. Again with the en. If you've seen it in written form, you're probably very strongly tempted to say en. Avoid that at all costs. It's e. The great thing about Spanish vowels is they don't change their value. No matter what position they are in a word, nor what letter follows them, they don't modify as vowels do in English. So it's e. Whether it's e at the beginning of the word, it's e in the middle, it's e at the end. Encontrar. Notice that trar, your tongue hit after the t sound, hitting the roof of your mouth really quickly, comes back down for the a sound, then back up again really quickly. Trar. Encontrar. Okay. And then I think I skipped one. Buscar. 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 Okay, that's good. Back to lesson 1.30. Get to those verbs like that. I'll see you at the beginning of our next class.